Greetings, YouTubers and Ram fans alike. I finally finished up all of the interior lighting that I wanted to do and converting everything over to blue. So I thought I'd do a video and just show the final result of everything that's been done so far. So I'm going to start with the basic. Stick with me, because at the beginning here you're going to see a lot of stuff you've already seen before. And that would be your simple stuff. Your gauge cluster. I'm not sure how this looks on video, but this is in fact blue. The filter that I used it wasn't too dark because I still wanted to see it. Also, it has the added feature of being able to keep that orange while still making everything blue, and I still like that. One thing I will note, it looks a little brighter on camera and the color's a little distorted on camera, because it actually almost, on camera it looks like nothing has been done to the odometer, but in fact there has been color changing film put in there to make it blue, and it just so happens to keep the tow haul and all that stuff orange that's supposed to be orange. So I like the way that works. Then obviously you've got your cluster. That's been done blue. Everybody does this. You know, you put the bulbs in. Those are your B8.5D from Super Bright LEDs in there. And same deal with the overhead display. That's been done. Same film in here to make that blue. Lights blue. That's the same thing. You've got your bulbs in there. Those are easily replaceable. Cluster, or climate control, sorry. Also done. You know, same thing as bulbs. Just swap out some bulbs, nice and easy. And that's all done. And then I also had some extra lights kicking around, so I added floor lights that activate with the dome lights. And that flickering you're seeing is not actually the light, it's something to do with my camera. They dim out, fade out nicely. The other dash controls, they all fade out pretty nicely. There's more of a dimming effect in person than there is on camera. Now on to the other stuff. I've done the headlight switch, which in some models, as I mentioned in one of my videos, is just a bulb you can put in and may require some soldering. This one, however, requires soldering of bulbs all the way through it. It's 2 bulbs, and I've also done the fog light indicator. I've replaced that. And I actually like the way it fades out down here. It's dimmer, because I think it better represents, you know, the brightness of the lights going up. So I've done the headlight switch, and then I've also done my door switches. I've replaced those ugly green LEDs with blue and illuminated my mirror switch with blue. The actual selector up here does not illuminate, and again, watch my videos. You'll be able to see inside and how everything's done. Passenger door switches are blue. The rear door switches, they're also blue. It's a little hard to see because it's nighttime. But my rear door switches, they're also blue. And my adjustable pedal switch down here, also blue. Then I've gone so far as to even modify my 4-wheel drive switch. I kept the 2-wheel drive green because, you know what, I figured that looked okay. And I kept the neutral switch, neutral indicator red because you'll notice here that these appear to be on. This is something I've never seen mentioned. I think I might have been the first person to actually kind of technically discover it, you know, or just notice it, I guess would be more appropriate. The factory orange LEDs, whenever there's power on to the vehicle, they're just very dimly lit to begin with. But I have done the 4-wheel drive switch, and they indicate as proper. So, just to clarify, this isn't something that I've done or that I've done wrong, or something shining in somewhere that's too bright. If you look at your four-wheel drive switch on the factory switch with the orange bulbs in it instead of the blue that I've put in, you'll notice that they are in fact very dimly lit whenever power is applied, whenever your ignition's on. So that's not something I've done. And the camera's also making the light look a little different. This is a very nice blue. All this blue matches, no matter what it looks like on the camera. This is all the same color blue, except the odometer and shift indicators, which are just a slightly different color blue, but it kind of stays in line with the different color cyan that it was before, and the colors of green that were in the vehicle, so I'm happy with it at least. And the other thing that I've done is also with the automatic mirror indicator, made that blue. I was going to do a video on this, but believe it or not, this was actually very simple to do. And you can't see it here, but I did cause a little bit of damage over on the side that I sort of sanded down a bit. This mirror case actually does, you can break it or crack it along the seam and it'll open up. It's just clipped, it's not glued or anything. But like I said, I distorted the plastic a little bit. And then this LED, it actually just sits in a socket. So you can just pull the LED out and put another one in, no problem. Literally, once you take this mirror apart, this whole thing will take like 30 seconds, snap your mirror back together, you're done, call it a day. Just make note of which way you pull this out, because it does have a longer pin and a shorter pin, and they have to go in the right way, or else the polarity is wrong and your LED won't light up. And the last thing that I wanted to point out is the vent lights that I've put in. Now, I know these look blue on camera, and I don't really understand why, but these are actually UV. I've gone with purple on these. And those are little dot SMD accent lights from Super Bright LEDs also. No, I'm not affiliated with them, I just happen to buy a lot of shit from them. So there's the vent lights in there, and those are on whenever my running lights are on, or whenever my lights are on in general. Oh, and the last thing, sorry, actually, this is the last thing I wanted to point out that I've done, is enhanced, also added these to my vehicle. I found the piece at the wreckers. And this looks much better at night, but I've taken the green LEDs that were in the ashtray light and cup holder light, and I've swapped those out with white LEDs and changed out the resistors to be a bit of a different value so that they're a little brighter, because quite frankly, with the factory green ones in there, I never even knew this was illuminated until I seen it. So now, you know, this isn't actually light from outside. That's, as you can see, that's light right there. It's straight up light from the cup, from the LED. So that lights that up really nicely at night without making it too bright, and you can actually see stuff. So there, that's the interior lighting that I've done on my 2004 Dodge Ram 1500. And I do believe that's, oh, and of course the dome lights. I mean, that's pretty obvious. A couple festoon bulbs. You need a couple resistors in there. 91 ohm, 3 watt. And I did forget to mention air conditioner and defrost buttons have also been converted to blue. So basically, every bulb in here that's blue that I've wanted to convert to blue is blue. Everything from the mirror, automatic mirror indicator, to the four-wheel drive switch, to the defrost and AC button, the headlight switch, door switches, everything in here has been converted to blue, with the addition of some vent lights, which I think look pretty badass driving down the road at night. That's just my opinion, and it's also my truck. So I think that's about all that I wanted to showcase here for now. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. You know, if you like these videos, if they're helpful, subscribe to my channel. I probably won't be putting out a lot of videos. You know, I'm definitely not going to have weekly videos, but as I do things, as I discover things, you know, I'll put other videos up. So just like, subscribe, I guess. That's what all the cool kids are saying nowadays. and keep an eye out for any future videos. Oh, also, the radio is not green because my radio is broken, or the radio is not blue because my radio is actually broken, needs to be replaced. And I'm going to replace this with an aftermarket of some kind, or just a better radio in general. So that can stay green for now, even though it's ugly as shit. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope this has been helpful. If you want to know how any of this stuff was done, take a look at my other videos, because I do have, videos. My other videos are showing how I've gone through my headlight switch, my four-wheel drive, the climate control. You can see the insides of everything there, and it should get you on the way if you have some soldering skills. So thanks for watching. Talk to you later, guys.